Hey, this is Seagram, and today we're looking at Jargon and Slang in the Pokemon TCG. I know some of these, I don't know some of these. We're going to go through them. First, nutty, nuts. Just like, oh, it's crazy in a good way, usually. Normally a good connotation. Whiffed. I comment on my own comments. Threads, yes. Whiffed. You missed it. So I played Sycamore, I needed DCE, but I whiffed it. Missed it. Also can be like I whiffed cut. Cut being like the top 8 players after Swiss who play in the bracket. So bubbled would be you had the same record as the lowest person in cut or in whatever, top 64, top 32, top 8, whatever. But you were outside of the top whatever. So maybe you were 33rd, but you had the same record as 32. That's bubbling. Sometimes people say bubbled in, meaning they were the 32nd or 31st or the 8th or the 7th or whatever, but normally it means bubbled out. Dad, I don't really get it. Scooped is like conceded. I scooped up my cards to concede the game. Busted is super good. It's super good. Salty is like I'm crying and my tears are salt. Like you're upset about something. Okay. Draw for turn is you draw at the beginning of your turn. Dead draw, brick, same thing. Just means you didn't find what you didn't get a draw supporter, you didn't get any way to draw extra cards. Donk is when you like all the Pokemon get knocked out and you lose that way. Typically it means you had 1 or 2 Pokemon. You go first, you start a Remoraid, your opponent starts Bustle GX, you don't have anything, or you play Sycamore, you don't find any other Pokemon, and then they knock it out in the first turn. That's a donk. End to 1, so end to whatever is your opponent played in, you had that many prizes left, and you got that many cards. It's like, oh, I lost because I got end to 1, meaning my opponent played in, I only got 1 card, and I couldn't find the cards I needed. Natural Bridget or Raw Bridget means you started Bridget in your hand, and Bridget's a really common first turn supporter in this format. Luck sack is you got lucky. Draw the nuts means you drew really well. Draw the nuts. I don't even really get that. I'm too old. Busted, broken is like really good. Buzzwole, busted. Misplay. You played it improperly. Spice. Spice is like, so first let's do a little bit of a backstory. Let's start with a tech. So a tech is a card you put in your deck that isn't there for your deck to complete its main strategy, but is there for a specific other reason, typically a specific matchup. Spicy tech would be a tech that you have in your deck that is unique and interesting. Unique in the sense that no one else does it. Rip means I'm sad, or that is sad. Pretty sure auto loss and auto scoop. Okay, auto loss is like if my deck plays against my auto loss, then I lose unless they draw extremely poorly. Auto scoop, basically the same thing. A scrub is a player who's unskilled. Scrubbed is when you do not achieve your goal because you are unskilled. It can be used in this instance. I scrubbed out of top 8. Nuggets, I don't know what that means. Riffle. So riffle is the type of shuffling you take your deck and put it in 2 pieces and go like this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah. Talking about XYZ in a list. 3-1-3. Oh, I played 3-1-3 Dragonite. I played 3 Dratini, 1 Dragonair, 3 Dragonite. Trash. Bad. Prized means it was in your prizes when you started this game. ID, intentionally drew. I intentionally drew with my opponent. My opponent drew like a god. My opponent drew as if they were controlling the cards that they drew. Although this is not an accusation. Mill deck is a deck that, rather than trying to take all 6 prizes, it attempts to win the game by causing your opponent to not be able to draw at the beginning of their turn. There are no cards left in their deck. Yikesicles. Yikesicles. So yikes is surprise in a way that would imply something is cringeworthy. Yikesicles is just a funny way of saying it. It's pronounced yicicles. I feel like I just got corrected in the middle of my video. It's pronounced yicicles. Lele for Bridget. I'm playing Lele, and I'm using the Wonder Tag ability to grab Bridget. 03. I have 0 wins and 3 losses. Hit the nuts means they drew all of the cards that they wanted to draw, or at least many of them. Righteous Beating is a common mispronunciation or misreading of Riotous Beating, Zoroark GX's attack. Abysmal Hand is similar with Octillery's ability. Draw Pass. So draw passing is interesting because people can say, oh, I just drew past and then lost. What they mean is I didn't get to do much on my turns, because even though they say they're just drawing and then passing, they're probably doing something else like playing a stadium or attaching 1 energy or something like that. They didn't get to do anything. That's what they're trying to say. At least much. It's exaggeration, usually. Sauce is very good. Big Brain is intelligent. No Retreat means I have a retreat cost of 0. GG means great game. I don't even know what this means. RTFC means read the card. Clown or Meme Deck is a deck that is silly and not good, but usually really fun. Attach Return, Mulligan. Okay, so Mulligan is when your opponent doesn't have any basic Pokemon in their starting hand, so you draw an extra card. They had a Mulligan. Dot Scoop. Sounds like a text file or something. That one. We in this, boys, means I'm excited, friends. Are you playing the N? Is a nice way of saying, are you cheating? Or should I shuffle my hand into my deck? Or are you just putting that into your hand from your Lele? Let's go to game 2. Mean I concede that you will win this first match. Let's play another. Hey, 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 it's Seagrove. That's stupid. Some funny people here. Rogue deck is similar to Meme Deck, but it doesn't have to be bad. It just means it's not in the established meta. And I can't remember if I said meta or not. Meta is the established common and strong decks. Busted, 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 busted. Coop Gang, I don't know what that means. Niner, play finer. I don't get most of this stuff. Pineapple Monkey Chunks. What does this mean? Oh, clutch. So clutch is when something that you needed to happen in a dire moment happened. Sushi Master is Octillery. I top decked a card means it's the card that I drew off the top of my deck without the use of a drawing supporter or ability. Oh, XO, X1, X2 means I've won all of my matches but 0, 1, or 2. You're bald. I am balding. I don't know if that's a shot at me, but I'm so sad. Check out my Patreon at patreon.com/SeagroveTCG. Also, here are my patrons. They're awesome. You could be awesome too if you became a patron. Okay, bye.